construction of such a church as this and in honour of the Holy Family was a sign of the people's desire to know and worship God, the Catholic tradition, and to come together as the church, as the body of Christ, to celebrate the mysteries of their faith. And hopefully that spirit has continued through the successive generations. We heard in the first reading tonight, the book of King Solomon's desire that the people would have a worthy place of worship and prayer where they could gather. And for the people of his time and place, that was in the temple in Jerusalem. Therefore, our temples, our churches, have to serve the same purpose. They are here to lift people's hearts, minds, spirit, souls up to God. They've got that sense of helping us to understand there's something greater in ourselves, and that greater being is our God, our Creator. The church here, the community here, the Holy Family has been sustained, I'm sure, by many of the families who have worshipped here since its earliest days, and hopefully continue to do. And I know some people enjoy coming back to this church also, because this is where their family came. So it's a very, in the terms of this diocese, it's got an old tradition, and that's something which is very necessary to hold on to.
Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body, which will be given up for you.
If you were at our parish exhibition a few weeks ago, you might remember a photo at the end of the Centenary celebration in 1968, where Canon Kelly is standing in the pulpit in his canonical robes, and he appears to be in full flight as he presumably thanks everyone for coming. I'm not a canon, and I don't have canon robes, so I can't quite carry off this with the same aplomb Hint, hint, Bishop Toal. I didn't know Karen Kelly personally, but I'm told there were certain similarities between the Canon and myself. We were both small in stature, and some would rather mischievously say that we shared a similar temperament. You have to be over 60 to know what that means, I think. The late Betty McLaughlin once told me that I was a cross between Canon Kelly and Jimmy Cagney. So that kind of gives you a wee insight into what they mean when they say that Canon Kelly and I are of the same, tarred with the same brush. But as I reflected on that image of Canon Kelly eulogising over the 100th birthday of the parish, I recognised and appreciated what an enormous privilege it has been given to me to lead the parishioners of today in a worthy celebration of our 150th birthday. Over the last few months, we've followed the history of this parish through the eyes of its successive parish priests, documented in the parish bulletin. And this has led me to further appreciate the legacy that has been entrusted to me as your parish priest. The phrase walking in the feet of giants comes to mind. In shepherding this community over the last almost 23 years, I am more than aware of the wonderful work accomplished by my predecessors in building this strong community of faith. However, the enthusiasm and the generosity which the present generation has shown in rallying to celebrate this latest anniversary leaves me in no doubt that the sense of community still thrives. I think I can speak for all the parishioners of Holy Family when I say how much we've all enjoyed this anniversary, from the Mass with the school children on the 15th of March right through the 40 hours, the parish exhibition, the pilgrimage to Iona, the Mass for the deceased clergy, the recent family day, and now tonight, this Mass of Thanksgiving. To revisit that photo of Canon Kelly in the pulpit, and you can see it, and it's in the hall, a couple of shots of the same scene in the hall. There are some here, I don't doubt, some here tonight, who were there that day in 1968. And I'd be very surprised if they told me anything other than how Canon Kelly's heart swelled with pride as he faced his huge congregation. The photos, and again, which you'll also see in the hall, testify also to the pride of the parishioners who filled this church to capacity to thank God for the first 100 years. So just like Canon Kelly, my heart too swells with pride and with gratitude as I bask in the pride which you parishioners of 2018 have in your parish and in the history of Holy Family. To everyone who played a part in tonight's celebration and all the other celebrations, an enormous thank you. We have the school staff here, present with us, a very, very important part of our parish community. We have so much talent here tonight, as you will see. So much, as I said, pride in this community. So I want to thank all of you for the part you've played, whether it be the decorations of the church, the floor, or the home baking that we're about to enjoy. Since these celebrations started, I must have put on about half a stone, and my sugar level has jumped up. To the choir, to Paul and the organist and the servers and the passkeepers and everybody. There's a whole lot of people involved in bringing these celebrations together and bringing such as we experienced tonight together. So my thanks to all of you. But my greatest thanks of all goes to the Son of God, his mother, Mary, and Joseph, foster father of Jesus. who are our beloved patrons, and they are our inspiration as the Holy Family of Nazareth. May Mary and Joseph continue to inspire this community and her families so that the message of Christ in all its fullness may find a home with us. With pride in the past and with faith in the future, we say, for all that has been, thank you. For all that is still to come, yes. Ad multos annos, Holy Family Mossend. Say together our parish prayer. Father, open our hearts to your Holy Spirit, so that we may be transformed, so that your light shine for us. May your loving heart be so much part of our homes and community, that others are drawn to you by the strength of our repentance, and may they be strength to one another. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, we are your consideration, as the Father sent us out, set our light with Christian joy and hope.
It was absolutely fantastic to come to a church that I feel very at home in, and to see so many familiar faces come together and to celebrate 150 years of such a beautiful parish. And as the Bishop says, the church is there to draw us to God, to lift our hearts and our minds. And when you look at the beauty which is contained in Holy Family Mossend, it can do nothing but draw our hearts and minds to God, to look beyond ourselves at our loving Creator, to give praise and worship back to Him.
Excellent. Couldn't be better.
The tie is a Lithuanian tie, and it's tied the Lithuanian way, where the colours are yellow, green and red. That represents the flag itself, because the Lithuanians came here in the late 1860 something or 1870, because my mother was born in 1900 and her parents were here quite a few years before then.
I'm representing Cardinal Newman High School at this lovely occasion of the anniversary of Holy Family Parish. I've had a wonderful night. It was a beautiful Mass, very uplifting, and it's lovely to bring the pupils along to be part of it.
I enjoyed it tonight, yeah, very much. I don't think I'll see the next one.
I don't know.
But it's been well with being here. And the whole thing, right through the preparations, all the information in the bulletin, the history in the bulletin, the exhibition, the only thing I missed was the Funday, and that's because I was out the country at the time. But it's been great. It's been great.
It was lovely. It was lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed the choir. Oh, this is my life. Apart from my family.
It's wonderful. It's a real privilege and to be part of the Holy Family Church. It's more than I could ever have hoped for, really. It's a wonderful place. The Mass was magnificent. The flowers, beautiful. The music out of this world. And to be part of that is just, I don't know, I think it's a real blessing for me. That's how I feel, that this has been a privilege and a blessing for me. And I'll always remember it, and I'll always feel now I'm part of this parish. I'm belonging here, you can't get rid of me now.
Well, it was a splendid celebration of Mass and a real experience of God, which is what Mass should be. It was lovely, lovely, from beginning to end. I started thinking about the fact that he mentioned about the 100th. I wasn't present at the 100th, but some of my relatives were. I was in college in St Vincent's Lying Bank at the time, and it was the talk of the steamy that the Centenary was coming up. So I don't know whether I should admit that I could have been at something 50 years ago. But no, it's just been a lovely, lovely night all round, and really a lovely climax to the celebration. So congratulations to Father Grant and to his very big team of helpers.
Yeah, it was good. It's very enjoyable for everyone coming into the community again for 150 years of the church going strong. So, well, I've been here all my life, so it means a lot. Been baptised here, communion, all sacraments which I've had so far. So it means a lot.
I sang in the choir 50 years ago for the 100th anniversary. It was lovely. I loved the liturgy and the singing. It was really good.
It was great. It was a great night, great mass, wasn't it? It was a great mass, great choir. Choir was superb. They were exceptional. And the buffet after has been terrific, and with great bar staff.
I've been in Scotland for 15 years. I've been in this community for 15 years, attending masses every Sunday. Then I learned a lot from Father Grant, that nourishing us, laid down his sheep, that he wants his sheep to be comfort and teaching us and in the way of God. Father Grant, I hope that God will give you a good health, strengthen with his sheep around. Thank you, Father Grant.
It was an honour to be here for the 150th anniversary and to have a wonderful Mass celebrated really fittingly for this parish, and all due regard must go to Father Grant for organising a wonderful liturgy with all his fellow priests, and as he said in his speech, ad multus Mossend, and I hope we have many years to come.